how to grow your business from 0 to 5 figures. Hello, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Caitlin Cook and I help entrepreneurs start, grow and scale their business for impact and profit. And I am so grateful you are here. So today I am going to teach you very simple strategy to help you grow from 0 to 5 figures. And why am I the person to tell you? Because for over a decade I have helped thousands of people worldwide to move from an idea to a full-blown business reality. And it's not as hard as you may think. So first off, if you have a pen and paper, please get it now. You're going to want to take notes, because the way that you take action is taking notes, because then you're going to learn this information. So to move from 0 to 5 figures, what is really important for you, I'm going to break it into basically two buckets. The first bucket is mindset and the second bucket is strategy. So I'm going to go through in detail each of these buckets so you understand what to do in each, why it's important and how to do it. So the first bucket is all about mindset. Now you will have heard this and you will have heard so many people talk about it. So basically what mindset is a belief that you can actually achieve this. I know it's simple. Mindset can be adopted and used and expanded on in so many different ways. Things like affirmations, visualizations, and limiting beliefs. All of these things help you when it comes to your mindset. Now, what are we talking about specifically? Because there's so many variations of tools and resources you need when it comes to mindset. So I'm going to just give you a couple of really quick, easy tools to adopt so that you can just shift your mindset now. Because what's going to be crucial and what's your what the word is that you're using in the stage of 0 to 5 growth is action. You care about action, taking action, because when you take action, your momentum builds. When you're starting from 0, you haven't started that momentum yet. It can feel a bit hard to start, but when you take action each and every day, you start to create a compounding effect. That compounding effect, that momentum that yields results both short and long term. So your mantra is basically just start. Just start, just start, just start. In light of that, the mindset that's going to be crucial for you is actually believing that you can achieve, that you can earn money in a business. So at the moment you're either you previously had a business that failed, or you're in a 9 to 5 type of role. So you haven't actually ventured out and done a business yourself. So there's this disconnect of belief that it's actually possible to earn money outside your business. So what's going to be really important for you, and what will have been happening up until this point, is you will have thought time and time again, I can only make money this way, because you only made money through a resource, through your job, through one type of avenue. When you're growing a business and starting a business, you can make money many different ways. You can make money from social media, you can make money doing videos like this, you can make money through clients, you can make money through an audience, lots of different things and products and services. So there's so many more opportunities, but what happens is when you're in the starting phase of business, you don't know those opportunities because you haven't experienced it yet. So here's a little tool for you. Subliminal messages. I know, it's like the lazy way to reprogram your mind. So what subliminals are, they're created in a way where there's like soft music on the top, but underneath is affirmations, are actual repeated words. So those words could be, I receive money in my business, money comes easily, all of these types of things. Now, the reason this is important and the reason they're called subliminals is because you receive and absorb this information through your subconscious mind. Now, the window of opportunity when your subconscious mind is open is in the morning just after you've woken up, because your brainwaves shift. So it's in a state that can actually absorb information a lot easier and quicker, and you're not analyzing it. And the same thing happens right before you go to bed, just before you're right to sleep. You've got a window of opportunity that's around about 20 minutes. It does vary person to person, but if we start with that as a benchmark. So the reason I'm telling you should do subliminals is we want to reprogram your brain. The reason we want to reprogram your brain is because when we reprogram your brain, we're reprogramming your thoughts. When we reprogram your thoughts, we're reprogramming your beliefs. When we reprogram your beliefs, what you believe is possible possible for you changes. And what we're trying to do when you're trying to start a business and move from 0 to 5 is believe it's possible for you. So by you just listening to subliminal messages first thing in the morning and last thing at night, you're giving yourself 40 minutes of new information it can absorb. Now, the process of this, your brain requires repetition. What we're doing when we're playing these subliminal messages is we're creating a new neural pathway. When you create a new neural pathway, your brain, it requires 21 days on average to create a new soft program in your brain, a new thought process. Everything out after that 21 days, it starts to become a hardwired program, which means you start to think of it more subconsciously and you start to believe it and go, yeah, actually it does work. So the more you do it each and every day, up to 21 days and beyond, the quicker your thoughts will change and the outcomes will change because your belief changes. And when your belief changes, what you see will change because your beliefs and your thoughts are connected to what's called your reticular activating system. This is the filter in which we see our world. This is when we see opportunities, and this is when we are potentially not seeing opportunities or we are seeing opportunities. So as you shift your thoughts, your reticular activating system will start to shift what you see. It's incredible. Your reticular activating system absorbs millions of pieces of data a minute. And the way it filters that is by what you have programmed, the thoughts you have ingrained. So if you say, I can only receive money this way, anything outside that scope, your brain will not look beyond that. So as you play the subliminals in the background, your brain's starting to get used to the fact that it might earn money in different ways, which means it's going to start looking at other ways in which it can earn money, and new ideas will come in. Quicker, easier, more fun ways to make money will happen. It feels like magic when you actually do it and you're like, oh my God, that's why everyone's like, it's like magic. It was like, it's been there all along. It's always been there all along. Your brain's just been telling you it's not important because you've said it's not important because you haven't thought about it often. So when you play subliminals first thing in the morning and last thing at night, I would also be playing it in the car while you're doing housework, while you're reading, watching movies. The reason for this is when you're driving a car, you switch to the subconscious because you've done it so many times. And when you switch to the subconscious, your brain waves change. And when your brain waves change, you can absorb information differently. So I would literally play this all day, every day for at least a month, and you will see remarkable results with just that change. Now, if you want to add more power to the subliminals, I want you to activate the feelings of it actually already happening. The reason the feelings section of this is important is because when we have, so if you think about a memory in the past and it evokes a very strong memory for you, that's your brain and body's way of keeping you safe. So if you've had a really sad memory, it's going to try not to recreate that because it wants you to be just, not be up and down. So what happens is when you're hearing new thoughts and you're working on the subliminal messaging, and you start to feel the feelings as if you've already had it. So you're feeling that joy, you're feeling that excitement, you're feeling that like freedom of, oh my God, I've got to 5 figures in my business. You're creating a memory for your future, which means the more you do it, the more you're drawing your future to you. It might seem a bit like, what? I was like that when I first heard about it, and now I'm talking about it because it really does work. So practice the subliminal messages, just play them in the background. It's all you have to do. You don't even have to be concentrating on them. Just play them in the background and let that absorb it. And simultaneously try and activate really awesome feelings of excitement and joy and freedom. And that's going to recreate that memory, and your brain is going to look for ways that it can find it for you. The second part to mindset is limiting beliefs. Now, to simplify this, we have 2 types of beliefs: a limiting belief and a supportive belief. Okay, so now we're talking about limiting beliefs and supportive beliefs and why this is important. The reason this is important is because if you have a limiting belief, you're going to have a feeling of, I shouldn't do this, I can't do this, why do I want to do this? It's never going to work anyway. And the feelings in your body are going to be frustration, annoyance, irritation. We don't want that. The second one, when we're talking about the supportive beliefs, these are things like, yeah, I can do this. I'm learning to do this. I've got this. I know somewhere, somehow this will all work for me. And you feel more inspired. You feel more motivated. The reason this is important is because it requires energy and focus, but primarily it starts with energy to start and grow a business. When your energy is focused on all the ways it won't work, which is causing frustration in your body, that is depleting you energetically. So you're going to get halfway through the day and go, I am exhausted. it. But the other end of that is when you actually adopt the supportive beliefs that help you go, I can do this, I am doing this, I've got this. You have more energy to think of new ideas and to execute these new ideas, to be able to brainstorm and make mistakes and get back up. So all of this is very important. Now, the way that we actually eliminate limiting beliefs, and please do not tell me you don't have any limiting beliefs. Everybody does. Joe Dispenza does. Tony Robbins has it. Marie Forleo. Every single one of us have limiting beliefs. They're all just at varying degrees and in different topics and conversations. Some people have a lot of limiting beliefs when it comes to money, when it comes to business. So if you're interested, I'll give you a brief rundown of where it all came from so you can better understand how to take this information and improve your life and business with it. So limiting beliefs primarily come from our caregivers, our parents, our teachers when we were growing up. Now, these were in between the ages of 0 to 7. The reason it's between the ages of 0 to 7 is because our brains between the age of 0 to 7 was at a different brainwave function, which meant the information we absorbed around us, there was no filter. We weren't able to analyze it because of our age. And that's how cool our brains are. So between the ages of 0 to 7, what people said around you took as truth. So if your parents never had enough money, if they didn't have a business, if they thought rich people were greedy, if they thought all of these things, you're probably going to have a similar belief. And this is because of the age of 0 to 7. The great news is you get to change them. And the way to change them is through having awareness of what they actually are. And the practice I'm going to take you through is going to show you how to get awareness of what those beliefs are and how to shift them. It's not as hard as you may think it is. Now, again, if you've never done it before, this is best practice each and every day. Even if you've done this before, I would highly recommend doing this every day. Put it in your calendar to remind you to block out 10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be an hour. The power of this is in the daily repetition. And if you can commit to 10 minutes a day, do that. If you can only commit to 5 minutes, do that. Do not go, I'm going to do an hour today like I've done many times.
I'm going to do an hour and then I'll be fantastic and I'll do another hour the next day.
And guess what? I'm a mother. I run a business. I have a partner. I don't have an hour free every single day, and you probably don't either. So just do 10 minutes in the day. So this is going to be on top of your subliminals. So what you do when it comes to limiting beliefs, this is literally as simple as it is. What I teach is always about simplicity because we overcomplicate things. And when we overcomplicate the daily actions, our life becomes overcomplicated. And it's in the simplicity of these actions and practices that I'm teaching you where the power is. So with your pen and paper, right at the top, money or business. The reason I'm saying money or business is because you're wanting to start and grow a business. To grow a business, you need money. And to start a business, we're talking about business. So right at the top, business or money, or do both. Then underneath that, just let your brain do its thing. Tell you all the things it thinks about this. Ask yourself, what do I think about business? And then ideas might come up like business people are greedy. I can never make a business. It's too hard to do this. It will never work. These are your limiting beliefs. Please write them down. As you write them all down, you disempower them because you're looking at them now objectively instead of them circulating in your brain. So when you look at them objectively on the paper, that's where we can now shift it. So when I'm talking shifting, and this is, I know when I first started doing this, I was so frustrated because I would listen to so many people on the internet say, you know, oh my God, I'm free, money flows easily, business is so fun, this is great. And I'd only just started and I was like, this is bull. I was like, it's not easy, it's hard. So go where you're at now. If you're just starting, you've never done this, it's gonna feel like a lie. Going, business is so easy, it's so fantastic. The point of this exercise, when you've written it down, is I want you to choose something that feels marginally better. This is the compounding effect I'm talking about. When we do this subtle improvement each and every day, all of a sudden, that belief is gonna go from 0 to 100 very quickly, as opposed to you trying to fake it till you make it. This, I've tried both ways, and this way, if I stick with the consistency of it, it works so much better and quicker than if I go from 0 to 100. So for example, when you write down what do I think about business and it comes up, business is really, really hard. What you want to do underneath that is go, if this feels a little bit better to you, and this is a lot about awareness and emotional intelligence and awareness, which I'm teaching you here, which is going to do wonders for you in your business journey. So bear with me. So with this, you're going to go, okay, what what feels marginally better? Business is hard, but I know some people find it easy. Could be that. Or it could be, I'm learning how to make business a little bit easier. That's all you need to do. Then cross out that first one where you said business is really hard. That's all I want you to do. That is how you literally shift your limiting belief. Byron Katie does a whole thoughts excavation, and she does a whole lot of questions about, is this belief ultimately true? Can I believe that it's ultimately true? And helps you shift it. So if you actually want to do more work about it, check out her work. It's been really, really helpful. But I know for me, I just need it to be like, let me just start and create the momentum. And then when I've got the momentum and the energy behind me, then I'll look for more ways to improve this. So just focus in on that stuff. That's what you do with your limiting beliefs. That's it. So we're literally shifting a limiting belief slowly to more of a supportive belief. And before you know it, instead of having 90% of limiting beliefs and 10% supporting beliefs, you might start having 50-50. Then you might have more, you might have 20% limiting beliefs, 80% more supportive beliefs. The beauty of this is it continues. At every new level of business, you're always going to have this. I've worked with people with Fortune 500 companies, with people just starting out at 5 figures, at 6 figures, at 7 figures, at 8 figures, at 9 figures. They all have this. It's the same thing, but the fundamental principles are the exact same. The beliefs are different, but the fundamentals are the same. So this is your toolbox to keep, so you know how to do this moving forward. That is a recap of the mindset. That's all I want you to work on when you're moving from 0 to 5 figures. Step 2, the bucket 2 of this is the strategy. How do you actually make money? So what's going to be really, really, really important for you is, who is your ideal client? Who is your ideal customer? Now, you won't have had any customers by now, so you're probably like, I have no idea. What I want you to think about is, when we can use data of what's already existing in our life, it gives us the confidence to go, actually I know how to do this. So what I want you to do is write out your business idea. It might be, I want to be a coach, I want to be a health coach in this industry, or I want to be able to sell subscriptions to these types of people. I really want to transform these types of people's lives. Brilliant. But what we want to do here is create more granular clarity on it. When you create the clarity on who you're going after, you're able to find them. So a lot of people miss this step. They just go, I'm speaking to this person, which ends up being everybody, so they're speaking to nobody. So when we're getting very specific and crystal clear on who it is, then you can talk directly to them and you close sales really quickly because you use the language that person uses. So look at your existing life now. In your work, if you're still at work, in your family, in your friendships, in your community. Who are those people that you really love talking to? Like, that light you up? And the reason I'm saying that light you up, that you enjoy talking to, is you actually get to decide who you'd like your ideal client to be, or you want your ideal audience to be. And business requires energy. So when you are actually creating a business around people that you genuinely want to have a conversation with, you're energizing yourself naturally because you're excited to talk to them, which means your conversation will flow more, you'll be more confident, and you'll be willing to put yourself out there at times that you might not have before. If you go after somebody that you just don't want to have a conversation with, you already feel like it's going to be too hard. You're already setting yourself up to push an even bigger boulder. So start with, who do you actually like? And write that down. It might be a combination of different people. It might be, I love this about my mum, and I love this about my friend, and I think my teacher, when they did this, was awesome, and this was the desires they had, this was the type of values that they cared about. But when you start building out your hero, your persona of who you're going after, it starts to make more sense for you. So write out your persona of the person. Then write out what it is that you're actually doing for them. What is your A to B fundamentally? Where are they now, and where are you going to get them to? That gap is the value you're going to provide. That value is what somebody's going to purchase. So that's what you want to focus on. So again, if you want to be a coach in the health space, what type of health are you helping somebody with? Are you helping them lose weight? Are you helping them to improve their strength? Are you helping them in the nutritional? What is it? And be specific. And the reason specifics here is important is because you can test what's worked and what hasn't based on the specifics of your offering. And this is what's going to give you the results. So when you talk about the bridge, you're going to get them through from A to B. You're going to move them from, I'm going to help you lose 20 pounds or 20 kilos, and I'm going to help you do that by doing this. Because believe me, there are billions of people on this planet. There will be one person who wants your offering, and all you need at the starting phase is that one person. So think about your community. The best and quickest way to sign new clients when you're in the starting phase is by reaching out to your existing network. So leverage your social platforms, talk to your your family, talk to your community and say, this is what I'm wanting to venture into. Do you know anybody who could benefit from this? And when we're talking price, so there's a couple of different options for you when you want to talk price. At the start, it depends how you're confident. Some people are like, I'm confident, I want to charge for my stuff. Awesome. You might be like, I don't even know if it's going to work, so I don't feel comfortable charging. That's fine. You're going to really care about reviews. Reviews are going to be really a big thing for you, and case studies. The reason this is going to be important is because people care about credibility, and you get credibility when you get case studies and testimonials. So you can either say, I'm happy to provide this for you if you give me a video and written testimonial. That's your exchange. And it feels like a good exchange because you're giving them your knowledge and experience to test out something new, and then you can go, do I like this? Do I not? But they're also providing you a video and written testimonial which will help you achieve what it is you're wanting to achieve and create the credibility. Or if you're at the other end, you're like, I do want to charge, I just don't know how much to charge, then focus on the value. What is the value you're providing people? Is it time saving? Is it health? Are you improving their health? Are you making them more money? What is it that you're actually providing them? And then honestly, just Google what is the benchmark that people charge for this, and then start with that. What's going to happen is when you see the figure, if you're wanting to charge for it, and you see the number, you're going to feel something happen in your body, and it's either going to be, yes, this is amazing, or oh, I don't want to do that. Take note of that. If you're like, I don't want to do that, change the number. If you're like, yeah, this is exciting, then go for that. The reason for that is because your energy is open and excited. When your energy is open and excited, again, you're more energized. If you're already closed off thinking about the number, it's not going to be a great transaction. So to simplify, to grow from 0 to 5 figures, first we talk about mindset. The second step is strategy. Mindset, you want to focus on subliminal messages, things that's going to take you from the 9 to 5 to the CEO mindset. So subliminals are all about business, starting a business, growing a business, getting clients, getting an audience, taking the steps, doing it, play it in the background on repeat for a month. Just make it a monthly mantra. Your word is action. Take action. So take action on what I'm saying and you will get results. Then the next part is the limiting beliefs. Write them out each and every day. What are they? What do you think about when you think about business? And then write it down, and eventually you'll start seeing more supportive beliefs. Then can you make them even better? Can you create an even more supportive belief? Then the second thing is strategy. Who is your ideal client? When you have clarity on your ideal client, you create clarity on where they are and how to find them. You know who to ask, you know where to go. It makes things easier. So write down who that ideal client is in as much detail as you can. And then what is it that you're providing them? How are you getting them from A to B? You're providing the bridge. What does that bridge look like? Do you want to charge or do you not? If you don't want to charge, ask for written and video testimonials in exchange. If you do want to charge, start playing around with figures. There's no science to pricing. You can research all you want, but just honestly feel it. What feels good in your body? If it feels good in your body, go for it. If it doesn't, change the number and try again. And that is how you start and grow a business from 0 to 5 figures. You have got this. I am cheering you on every single step of the way. As always, if you need any additional resources, my links are down below, and I am celebrating you every single step of the way. Take action. You've got this to your success.